Hey guys, tonight we're staying up way past bedtime, because the rain is tapping on the classroom windows like impatient fingers, and the fluorescent lights keep humming that low, tired song they always hum when no one's supposed to be here. The hallways stretch out dark and endless beyond the glass, lockers standing in perfect rows like soldiers who forgot the war ended. Somewhere down there, a single shoe squeaks against tile, then stops. You probably won't make it to morning after this one. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop your location and local time in the comments. I like knowing who's walking these halls with me. Now, dim the lights, maybe crack open a window for that midnight breeze, and let's walk the halls together. I'm a sophomore at Westbridge University, class of 2027, and the dorms are these brutalist concrete slabs built in '72. 4 floors, cinderblock walls, windows that rattle when the wind forgets its manners. My room is 312, 3rd floor, east wing, right above the old service ramp where maintenance used to unload vending machines. The building used to be the campus high school before they converted it in '99. You can still see the ghost outlines of trophy cases in the lobby. Tonight is move-in day, technically tomorrow, but the RA handed me the key at 11:47 p.m. because the line at housing snaked around the quad. I haul my duffel up the stairwell, metal rails cold enough to sting, and the overhead bulb flickers like it's deciding whether to stay lit. My roommate isn't here yet. The left bunk is stripped bare, mattress tag still dangling. I claim the right, closest to the window, because I like watching the sodium streetlights smear orange across the parking lot. I'm unpacking socks when I hear it, a soft exhale, steady, right beside me. The empty bunk. In, out. In, out. Like someone practicing how to breathe in their sleep. I freeze, one sock half folded. The air smells like fresh paint and that lemony disinfectant they use after fumigation. No one else has a key. I lean over the edge. Nothing but shadows and the faint rectangle of moonlight on the lower sheet. The breathing doesn't stop. It's patient, almost polite. I tell myself it's the vents, old buildings sigh, right? But the rhythm is too human. I flick on my phone flashlight. The beam trembles across the empty mattress, catches dust motes drifting like slow-motion snow. The exhale hitches, then resumes. Curiosity tugs me closer. I whisper, "Hello?" The word hangs there, ridiculous. No answer. Just that same tidal pull of air. I climb down, bare feet on cold tile, and press my palm to the bare mattress. It's warm. Not body warm, more like sun-baked pavement after a summer day. My pulse kicks. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught. I back away, grab my hoodie, and step into the hallway to clear my head. The corridor lights are motion-triggered. They blink on in sections, a slow relay of sickly white. Lockers line both sides, dented and sticker-scarred, some still bearing faded Sharper from the high school days. Class of '94, go Wildcats. At the far end, the exit sign glows red like a warning. I walk, counting doors, 310, 308, 306. My own door is propped open with my sneaker. I should close it. Instead, I keep going, drawn by the echo of my own footsteps. The breathing is gone, replaced by the building's older sounds, pipes knocking, a radiator hissing like it's gossiping. I pass the communal bathroom, mirrors fogged even though no one's showered, and the bulletin board with its curling flyers for club sign-ups that start next week. A single sheet flaps loose, missing. Have you seen Emily Harper? The photo is grainy, smiling girl with a side ponytail. Date at the bottom, 1995. I rip it down, stuff it in my pocket. Urban legend says Westbridge High lost a senior the year they shut the pool in the basement. Rumor claims she drowned during swim practice, but the yearbook never listed her. Kids still swear her reflection lingers in the deep end if you shine a flashlight through the chained gate. I never believed it. Until tonight. Back in 312 I locked the door, wedged my desk chair under the knob like that actually works. The breathing has migrated. It's coming from my bunk now, soft, intimate, inches from my ear. I sit on the edge, heart hammering so loud I'm sure it can hear. The realistic anchor, the dorm's original blueprints are taped inside the RA office. I saw them earlier, every room, every pipe, every emergency exit mapped in faded ink. No hidden passages, no secret bunks. Yet the mattress above me sags, just slightly, the way it does when weight settles. I reach up, fingers brushing the underside. Cold metal springs. Then warmth again, spreading like spilled ink. My phone buzzes, campus alert, all clear, scheduled fire drill postponed. The screen clock flips to 12:03 a.m. The breathing syncs with the second hand. In tick. Out tick. Curiosity flips to fear so fast my stomach flips with it. I grab the yearbook I bought at the campus bookstore, Westbridge High, 1995, mint condition, $3 because no one wants relics. I thought it'd be funny, retro vibes for the wall. I crack it open under my desk lamp. Seniors alphabetical. Harper Emily. The photo stares back, side ponytail, same smile as the flyer. Only her eyes are different, tired, like she already knows the ending. Caption. Most likely to haunt the halls. Someone sharpened a tiny ghost beside it. The mythic element lands between my ribs. Rumor says Emily never left because she missed graduation by 1 credit. Summer school makeup that never happened. They say if you sleep in her old dorm, 3rd floor, East Wing, room 12, she tucks you in. I slam the book shut. The breathing stops. Silence rushes and so completely my ears ring. I risk a glance at the top bunk. The sag is gone. The mattress is flat, innocent. Moonlight stripes the wall like prison bars. I don't sleep. I count the hours by the flicker of the exit sign visible through the blinds, 1:12, 2:47, 4:09. At 5:30 the sky outside bruises purple, and the breathing returns, this time from the empty bunk again, softer, almost apologetic. I sit up. The lower mattress is made. Sheets tucked hospital corner tight, pillow fluffed. A single dark hair curls against the white case. I never unpacked my linens. Fear crystallizes into revelation. Whatever she is, she's polite enough to wait until I choose a side. I slide out of bed, knees shaking, and stand in the middle of the room. The air smells like chalk dust and lilac shampoo. I whisper the only question that matters. Emily? The breathing pauses, considering. Then, so faint I might imagine it, a sigh that sounds like yes. The next evening I'm back in 312 with a plan that feels brave in daylight but paper-thin under the dorm's buzzing lights. I've got the 1995 yearbook propped open on my desk like evidence, Emily Harper's senior portrait staring up at me while I pretend to study. The photo is crisp, freckles across her nose, orthodontic braces catching the flash, eyes that look straight through the lens and into whoever holds the book 30 years later. I run my thumb over the caption again. Most likely to haunt the halls. And the sharp ghost someone drew beside it. The ink is fresh, raised, like it was added yesterday. My stomach knots. Curiosity is a live wire tonight. I need to know if the breathing, the made bed, the warm mattress were real or just freshman nerves. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught. Realistic anchor first. Westbridge's library keeps microfiche of every yearbook back to 1952, and the student union has a glass case of trophies from the high school era. Swim team, 1994 regionals, Emily's name etched on a plaque for 100-meter freestyle. I spent the afternoon there, pretending to research a psych paper while the librarian clicked through reels. Emily Harper, senior, 3.8 GPA, National Honor Society, varsity swim captain. Last sighting, June 12, 1995, summer school makeup for AP Calc. Then nothing. No graduation photo in the faculty composites, no diploma record. The pool closed that same summer, budget cuts, they said, but the basement gate is padlocked with a chain thick enough to moor a ship. Rumor claims the water is still down there, black and perfect, reflecting whatever you're afraid to see. I flip another page. The swim team group shot, 20 kids in matching navy suits, Emily front row center, arms crossed, grinning like she owns the future. Behind her, the bleachers are packed, but one seat is empty, a dark gap right over her left shoulder. I zoom in on my phone. The gap isn't empty, there's a reflection in the polished floor, a second Emily standing where no one stands, looking straight at the camera. My pulse spikes. I scroll to the index. Harper, Emily, pages 12, 47, 89, 112. Page 112 is the In Memoriam section. Blank. Just white space where a tribute should be. The mythic element slides in like cold water down my spine. They say if you open the yearbook at midnight in the room she died in, the blank page writes itself in her handwriting. I check my watch, 11:57 p.m. The dorm is settling into its nighttime hush, doors thudding shut down the hall, someone's bass thumping faintly through the wall. I angle my desk lamp so the light pools on page 112 and wait. 11:59. The overhead fluorescents dim, like the building is exhaling. My phone screen flickers, battery at 3% even though I charged it an hour ago. The blank page stays blank. I'm about to laugh at myself when the air changes, thickens, smells like chlorine and wet tile. The yearbook paper ripples, not from wind but from something pushing up from underneath. Ink blooms, slow as blood in water. A single line, I never left the deep end. The handwriting is loopy, teenage, a hard dotting the I. My breath fogs although the room is warm. Another line appears, you took my bunk. The lamp bulb pops, plunging me into darkness lit only by the exit sign's red glow through the blinds. Fear arrives fully clothed, wrapping around my ribs. I slam the book shut. The breathing is back, but it's coming from inside the yearbook now, muffled, like someone speaking underwater. I shove it into my backpack, zip it tight, and bolt for the door. The hallway is a tunnel of shadows and humming lights. Motion sensors trigger as I run, bulbs blinking on in sequence, chasing me toward the stairwell. My sneakers squeak, exactly the sound I heard last night. At the far end, the bulletin board flaps again. The missing flyer is back, but the photo has changed. Emily's eyes are open wider, mouth parted like she's mid-sentence. Date still 1995, but someone added today's date beneath in red pen. I rip it down, crumple it, keep moving. The stairwell door is heavy fireproof metal. I shoulder it open and the smell hits. Mildew, old pennies, chlorine so strong my eyes water. The stairs descend in a tight spiral, graffiti layered like sediment. Class of '88, kiss me under the bleachers, Emily was here. I stop halfway. The breathing is louder here, echoing up from below, synchronized with the drip of a leaky pipe. Drip, inhale. Drip, exhale. I force myself back to 312. The door is ajar. Inside, the yearbook is open on my pillow, page 112 facing up. New words crawl across the white, ask me why I missed the final. My hands shake so badly I drop my phone. The screen lights the room in cold blue. 12:47 a.m. The top bunk sags again, deeper this time, the metal frame groaning. I grab a marker from my desk and write on the wall above my bed in huge letters, what happened in calc. Childish, desperate, but the air shifts, approving. The breathing quiets to a whisper. I sit on the floor, back against the dresser, and wait for dawn. Revelation settles like dust, she's not haunting the dorm. She's haunting the question no one answered. The pool, the blank page, the empty trophy slot, they're all symptoms. The disease is unfinished business, and I'm the first person in 30 years to sleep in her negative space. At 3:12 a.m. the PA system crackles, impossible, because the intercoms were disabled when they converted the building. A girl's voice, tinny and distant. Emily Harper, please report to room 204 for makeup exam. Static. Then softer, almost shy. Bring your roommate. My blood turns to ice. Room 204 doesn't exist anymore. The floor plan shows a storage closet there now. But the voice knows my schedule. I have Psych 101 in the old 204 annex tomorrow at 10 a.m. The announcement loops, polite, patient. I pulled the yearbook into my lap. Page 112 is blank again, but the ink smell lingers. I flip to the swim team photo. The reflection is gone. Emily's smile looks relieved, like someone finally asked the right question. I don't sleep. At 5:05 the overhead lights flicker on by themselves, harsh and unforgiving. The top bunk is empty, sheets smooth. But my pillow has a damp spot shaped like a handprint, chlorine stinging my nose when I lean close. On the wall, beneath my marker scrawl, new words appear in the same loopy handwriting. Meet me after class. The revelation lands gentle but final. She's not trying to scare me. She's recruiting. I wake up on the floor of 312 with the yearbook open across my chest like a shield, the chlorine handprint on my pillow already dried to a faint salt ring. My phone is dead, but the wall clock, analog, battery-operated, a thrift store find, reads 9:43 a.m. Psych 101 starts in 17 minutes, and the syllabus says room 204, though every campus map I checked last night insists 204 became a janitor's closet in 2001. I splash water on my face in the communal bathroom. The mirror shows a girl who looks like she's been dragged through a time capsule, eyes ring purple, hair sticking up like I stuck my finger in a socket. The breathing is gone, replaced by the ordinary morning chaos of showers hissing and someone blasting pop music through tinny speakers. Normal. Too normal. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught. Realistic anchor. The annex building still stands, a narrow brick appendage tacked onto the east wing in 1989 for overflow classes. You can see the scene where new meets old, different mortar, different windows. The door marked 204 is painted maintenance beige, a paper sign taped at eye level, authorized personnel only. I've walked past it 100 times this week and never noticed the brass numbers underneath the paint, half scraped like someone started to erase the past and gave up. Mythic element. Students claim the PA still pages dead kids at night, voices recorded on old reel-to-reel tapes that loop in the basement. I always laughed, until the reel-to-reel in my head played Emily's voice at 3:12 a.m. I shoulder my backpack and join the river of students flowing toward the annex. The hallway smells like burnt coffee and wet umbrellas. Outside, November rain needles the windows. Lockers slam in rhythm, a metallic heartbeat. I pass the trophy case. Emily's swim plaque is missing today, the velvet backing faded to a perfect rectangle of darker blue. Someone has taped a new flyer where the plaque was, pool party, basement, midnight, bring flashlight. No date. My skin prickles. The crowd thins as I reach the annex corridor. Most classes are in the main building now. The beige door waits, padlock dangling open like an invitation. I hesitate, hand on the knob. A voice behind me, real, warm, alive. You okay? You look lost. It's Maya from my orientation group, earbuds around her neck. I force a smile. Just looking for 204. She frowns. That's storage. Psych is in the lecture hall, remember? She points back the way we came. I nod, but my feet don't move. Maya shrugs and disappears into the flow. The knob turns under my palm, cold as a morgue drawer. Inside, the room is not a closet. It's a classroom frozen in 1995, rows of wooden desks with inkwells, a chalkboard still dusted with yesterday's equations, a pull-down map of the Soviet Union. The air is thick with eraser ghosts and the faint tang of teenage sweat. A single projector sits on the teacher's desk, reels spinning though nothing plays. The windows are bricked over from the outside, but light leaks through the mortar like golden dust. I step in. The door swings shut behind me with a soft click that sounds like a period at the end of a sentence. The PA crackles overhead, though there's no speaker visible. Harper and roommate, front row, please. My name isn't spoken, but I feel it land on my tongue like a communion wafer. I slide into the first desk. The wood is scarred with carved initials, EH+, the question mark deep, angry. A yellowed worksheet waits, AP Calculus Final Makeup, June 12, 1995. Name blank. The problems swim, derivatives, integrals, limits approaching infinity. I never took calc, I tested into stats. Yet my pencil moves, muscle memory I don't own. The numbers flow, neat, confident. Emily's handwriting, I realize, the same loops from the yearbook. Curiosity flares hot. Whose hand is this? Mine trembles around the pencil, the other does not. The projector whirs. Grainy footage flickers on the chalkboard, the pool, water so still it looks solid. Emily stands on the starting block, goggles pushed up, laughing at someone off camera. The film loops, dive, surface, faster each time until the frames blur. The water darkens. On the final loop she doesn't come up. Bubbles. Silence. The reel ends with a slap. The PA again softer. Time's up. The worksheet is complete, every answer circled in red. At the bottom, new ink, you pass for me. The desks around me fill with shadows, students in 90s fashion, flannel shirts, high-waisted jeans, faces blurred like yearbook smudges. They turn in unison. Empty eye sockets. One reaches out, its fingers pass through my wrist, leaving frostbite. Fear slams me upright. I bolt for the door. It opens onto the annex hallway, beige paint, padlock normal. The classroom is gone. In its place, mops, buckets, a rolling cart of industrial cleaner. My worksheet is clenched in my fist, real paper, real red ink. I stuff it in my backpack and run. Back in 312 the breathing is waiting, but it's different, excited, almost girlish. The top bunk sags, a shape under the blanket small, curled on its side. I whisper, "Emily?" The blanket shifts. A hand emerges, pale, fingers wiggling like she's waving underwater. I back against the door. The PA crackles again, though the dorm speakers were removed years ago. "Detention, both of you. Basement. Now." The blanket slides off. The bunk is empty, but the indentation remains, warm to the touch. On my desk, the yearbook is open to a new page, candid photos, prom night. Emily in a teal dress, standing alone by the punch bowl. Behind her, the mirror shows me in my hoodie, 30 years early. Revelation settles like a stone, she's not stuck in 1995. I'm slipping into it. I grab a flashlight from my drawer, campus safety freebie, still in plastic, and head for the stairwell. The call feels inevitable, like a tide I stopped fighting. The stairs descend in the same spiral, graffiti unchanged. But tonight the drip is faster, matching my pulse. At the bottom, the basement door stands ajar, chain coiled on the floor like a dead snake. Beyond, darkness thick enough to chew. I click on the flashlight. The beam cuts through dust and lands on the pool gate, open. The water waits, black glass, reflecting my light back at me fractured into 1,000 tiny suns. Footsteps echo behind, soft, bare feet on tile. I don't turn. I know whose they are. The PA whispers one last time, intimate, right against my ear. "Last chance to graduate together." The flashlight trembles in my grip as I step through the pool gate, the metal cold against my shoulder like a warning I ignore. The basement air is warmer than it should be, humid, chlorinated, alive with the memory of bodies slicing water. The pool stretches ahead, Olympic length, tiles cracked in spider webs that catch my beam and throw it back in fractured blue. No diving boards, no lane ropes, just the black mirror of water and the faint ripple where something broke the surface moments ago. My sneakers squeak on the deck, the same sound that haunted move-in night. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught. Realistic anchor. The pool was regulation 25 yards, built in 1978, drained officially in July 1995 after a cracked main line flooded the locker rooms. Maintenance logs, public record, I checked the microfiche again this afternoon, show the pumps ran dry on June 13th, the day after Emily's makeup exam. The gate was welded shut in 2001 after freshmen kept breaking in for midnight swims. Yet here it stands open, chains severed clean, ends bright as new pennies. Mythic element, the water never left. It waits under the concrete, patient, reflecting every student who ever stood at the edge and wondered how deep regret can go. I walk the perimeter. My light slides over faded depth markers, 4 feet, 6 feet, 12 feet, then stops on a figure at the far end. Emily in her teal prom dress soaked through, clinging like a second skin. She's facing the wall, head bowed, hair dripping in perfect curtains. The dress hem floats on the tile as if the pool reaches up to claim her ankles. I call her name, my voice bounces, distorted, comes back younger. She turns. Her face is mine, same cheekbones, same tired eyes, but 30 years younger, braces glinting. You're late, she says, and the words arrive inside my skull, not through air. The flashlight flickers. I smell lilac shampoo under the chlorine. She gestures to the water. Look! I obey. The surface is glass again, but now it shows the dorm bathroom mirror from this morning, me brushing teeth, steam fogging the glass. Only in the reflection I'm not alone. Emily stands behind me, hand on my shoulder, aging backward frame by frame. 19, 18, 17, skin smoothing, braces vanishing, eyes widening with every lost year. I watch my own reflection stay 20, frozen, while she rewinds to the night of the calc final. The image ripples, the mirror cracks in a perfect starburst. Water laps over the pool edge, cold against my sneakers. Fear tastes metallic. I step back. Emily steps forward barefoot, leaving wet prints that steam and vanish. The PA system, impossible down here, crackles overhead, voice warped like a cassette left on a dashboard. Harper, report to the mirror. Bring your reflection. Emily smiles, apologetic. It's the only way to balance the equation. She takes my hand. Her fingers are warm, pulsing, real. We walk to the shallow end steps. The water climbs my calves, my knees, my thighs, weightless, buoyant, wrong. It's not cold anymore, it's body temperature, like stepping into someone else's skin. My flashlight sinks, beam spiraling down into darkness that has no bottom. Emily pulls me deeper. The surface closes over our heads with a soft gulp. Underwater, sound is velvet. My lungs should burn, but they don't. The pool is lit from beneath by the flashlight, now a distant star. Tiles glow soft aquamarine. Emily swims ahead, dress billowing like a jellyfish. She points to the drain grate, rusted, wide enough for a body if you fold it right. Letters are scratched into the metal, EH June 12, 95. She presses her palm to it. The grate swings open on silent hinges, revealing a tunnel lined with mirrors. Each mirror shows a different year. 1995 Emily cramming for calc, 1996 me moving into 312, 2005 a janitor welding the gate, 2025 us standing here. The reflections age and de-age in loops, a flip book of stolen time. Emily swims into the first mirror. It ripples like water, accepts her. She beckons. I follow. The glass is warm, yielding. I emerge in the dorm bathroom, dripping, but the floor is dry. The mirrors are fogged except one. In it, Emily stands behind me again, now 15, pigtails, missing front tooth. She whispers, "Trade." I feel the tug behind my eyes, like migraine aura. My reflection blinks out of sync. When it returns, the eyes are hers, wide, frightened, 1995. My own eyes stare out from her face in the glass. The swap is gentle, almost kind. She smiles with my mouth. I scream with hers. The sound comes out muffled, trapped behind the mirror. The real Emily, now wearing my body, steps back, waves once, and walks out. The door clicks shut. I pound the glass. It's solid, cold, final. Time compresses. I watch through the mirror as she lives my day, attends Psych 101 in the lecture hall, laughs with Maya, eats dining hall pizza. She nails the pop quiz I would have bombed. At night she returns to 312, climbs into my bunk, sighs contentedly. The breathing is hers now, steady, mine no longer needed. I age backward in the glass, 20 to 19 to 18, while she moves forward, claiming the years I borrowed by existing in her room. The mirror tunnel stretches behind me, infinite Emilis and infinite years, all waiting their turn. Revelation is a slow drip. The dorm didn't choose me. It chose the space I filled. Emily never graduated because someone had to stay and keep the ledger balanced. The PA voice returns, gentle. Class dismissed. The mirror softens. I fall forward onto the bathroom tile, gasping real air. I'm me again, 20, soaked, shivering. The clock above the sinks reads 11:59 p.m. Same night, same minute I entered the pool. My clothes are dry. The teal dress hangs on the stall door, dripping. Emily's voice echoes from the drain. Your turn to wait. The lights flicker. When they steady, the dress is gone. Only a single dark hair curls on the tile, chlorine-scented. I stumble back to 312. The door is unlocked. Inside, the top bunk is made, pillow fluffed, but the bottom bunk, mine, has a new indentation, warm, waiting. The yearbook lies open to the prom photo. Both of us stand by the punch bowl now, smiling identical smiles. The caption has changed, most likely to share the halls forever. I don't remember leaving the bathroom, only the fluorescent lights strobing overhead like a migraine as I run. The hallway tilts, lockers breathing in and out, their vents exhaling warm chlorine that sticks to my skin. My keycard trembles against the sensor for 312. The lock clicks open with a sound like a tongue. Inside, the room is wrong in small, precise ways. My desk lamp is on the left now instead of the right. My hoodie hangs backward on the chair. The yearbook is closed and centered on the pillow that still bears the damp outline of a body that isn't mine. The air is thick, syrupy, and the breathing comes from everywhere and nowhere, a surround sound heartbeat. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught. Realistic anchor. The stairwell to the basement is marked emergency exit only, a heavy steel door with a push bar that triggers an alarm if opened without a fire. Campus security logs every activation. I check the public blotter online at 3 p.m. No incidents since 2019. Mythic element. Students who descend past the third landing never count the same number of steps on the way back up. The stairwell eats time the way black holes eat light. I need to see the pool again, need to understand the ledger. I grab the flashlight, now inexplicably back in my drawer, lens cracked in a perfect spiderweb, and bolt. The corridor is empty, lights dim to half power, motion sensors lagging, so I move through pockets of darkness that cling like cobwebs. At the stairwell door the push bar is already depressed, the alarm silent. Someone, or something, opened it recently. I slip through. The stairs spiral down exactly as before, graffiti glowing under my beam. Emily was here, now joined by fresh sharp in my own handwriting. So was I. The ink is still wet. I count steps aloud to keep sane. 1, 2, 3, 27 to the first landing, 41 to the second. The air grows warmer, humid, the chlorine scent sharpening until my eyes water. At the basement door the severed chain lies coiled again, but the links are fused, melted smooth. I push through. The pool deck is lit by a single emergency bulb over the exit sign, blood red. The water is lower than before, thigh deep now, lapping gently at the 6-foot marker like a tide that forgot the moon. In the center floats the teal prom dress, spread like a lily pad, empty sleeves drifting. I sweep the flashlight. No Emily. No reflection. Just the soft plink of a drip from the high dive that was removed in 1996. I step to the edge. My beam catches the drain grate, still open, still scratched with the June 12, 95. I kneel. The tunnel of mirrors is gone, replaced by ordinary darkness and the smell of stagnant water. I shine the light straight down. The beam stops 10 feet below on a concrete floor littered with lost things, a class ring, a retainer, a 1995 commencement program folded into a paper boat. And my own face staring up, eyes wide, mouth open in a silent scream, pressed against the underside of the water as if the pool is a glass ceiling and I'm trapped beneath it. The reflection blinks. I do not. Fear is a living thing now, coiled around my spine. I jerk back. The dress has drifted closer, sleeves reaching. I scramble upright and run for the stairwell. The door slams behind me before I touch it. I take the steps 2 at a time, counting again, 27, 41, but the landings keep coming. 3rd, 4th, 5th. The numbers on the wall ascend past 4, past the dorm's height, into raw concrete and exposed pipes. The graffiti changes. Welcome to detention, class of eternity. My legs burn, lungs raw, but the stairs refuse to end. At what should be the 10th landing, the flashlight dies. Darkness swallows me mid-stride. I grope upward, palms scraping cinder block. The steps narrow, then widen, then narrow again. Somewhere above, a door creaks open and the breathing pours down like warm syrup. I climb toward it because the alternative is staying in the dark with whatever is dripping behind me. My hand finds a push bar. I shove. Light blinds me, harsh dorm fluorescence. I stumble out into the third-floor hallway, room 312 directly in front of me. The stairwell door swings shut. There is no door. Just smooth wall where the exit should be. I spin. The corridor stretches both ways, identical, infinite. Lockers, bulletin board, exit sign glowing red at each end. I run left. The red sign recedes. I run right. Same. My sneakers squeak in perfect loops. Panic tastes like copper. I bang on 312. The door opens under my fist. Inside, the room is mine, posters half hung, laundry spilling from the hamper, but the clock reads 11:59 p.m. again, the same minute I entered the pool the first time. The top bunk sags. Emily sits up, wearing my hoodie, my face, my exhaustion. "You're late for curfew," she says in my voice. She pats the bottom bunk. "Your turn to wait." I back into the hallway. The door shuts. The number on it flips, 312 becomes 204, then 000, then blank. The breathing is inside my chest now, steady, patient. I sprint. The hallway loops, a Mobius strip of dented metal and flickering lights. Every door I try opens onto the same room. 2 bunks, one occupied by a version of me aging backward on the top mattress, 19, 18, 17, while the bottom waits warm and empty. The yearbook lies open on each desk, prom photo now showing both of us at every age, an infinite regression. I slam a door. It opens onto the pool deck, water gone, tiles dry and cracked. Another door, the annex classroom, Soviet map still pulled down. Another, the bathroom mirror tunnel, MLS waving from every pane. The stairwell is gone from every angle. There is only the loop. Revelation arrives not as a scream but as a whisper: the dorm isn't haunted. It's a closed system, a balanced equation. One graduate leaves, one must stay. Emily missed her exit in 1995. I took her place without knowing the contract. The stairwell eats the difference, the mirrors trade the years, the pool keeps the ledger wet. I stop running. The hallway stills, expectant. I walk back to 312, my 312, the original. The door is ajar. Inside, the bottom bunk is made up with my sheets, pillow fluffed. The top is bare. I climb in. The mattress sighs under my weight, warm, familiar. The breathing syncs with mine. Somewhere, a PA system that no longer exists announces, "Graduation complete. Welcome to alumni status." The lights dim to midnight glow. I close my eyes. The loop ends where it began, but the roles are reversed. I am the one who will tuck in the next freshman, make the bed, leave the hair on the pillow. The dress hangs in the closet, dry now, waiting for prom that never comes. Outside, rain taps the window like fingers impatient for morning. I count the drops the way Emily once counted steps. 1, 2, 3. The lights in 312 never fully go out anymore. They hover at that bruised purple dimness that means the building is dreaming. I lie on the bottom bunk, my bunk now, though the mattress still remembers the shape of every body that came before, and listen to the dorm settle into its oldest rhythm. Pipes knock 3 times, pause, knock twice, like a code I almost understand. The rain has stopped, but water keeps dripping somewhere behind the walls, steady as a metronome. I count the drops the way Emily taught me, 1 for every year she owed, 1 for every year I'll pay. The top bunk stays empty, sheets tucked with military precision, pillow fluffed into a cloud that will never hold a head again. I think some lessons were never meant to be taught. Realistic anchor. The university's physical plant records show that in 1995 the dorm's PA system was wired through a central reel-to-reel in the basement, replaced in 2003 with digital but never fully disconnected. The old cables still snake through the walls like veins, carrying phantom current. Mythic element. On graduation night, the system plays a final announcement no one records, a roll call of every student who never walked the stage. If your name is spoken, you stay to keep the lights on. I sit up. The room is exactly as I left it 30 loops ago, yet everything has shifted 1 degree left of true. My phone, fully charged now, though I never plugged it in, shows 11:59 p.m. again, the second hand frozen between ticks. The yearbook rests on the desk, closed, a single dark hair marking the prom page like a bookmark. I open it. The photo has simplified, just one girl in the teal dress, standing alone by the punch bowl. No reflection, no duplicate. The caption reads, Emily Harper, Class of Eternity. The Sharpa ghost is gone, erased clean. I turn to the index. Harper, Emily, page 312. I flip there. Blank, except for a fresh line in my own handwriting. I graduated for both of us. The PA crackles soft, almost shy. A girl's voice, mine but filtered through 30 years of tape hiss. Attention, room 312. Final announcement. Static swells, then clears. Emily Harper has fulfilled her credit requirements. Diploma issued posthumously. The position of nighttime resident is now vacated. A pause, the kind a human throat would need to swallow. Thank you for your service. The speakers pop once and die forever. I feel the silence rush in like cold water filling a lung. I stand. The floor is warm beneath my bare feet, warmer than it has any right to be. The breathing, my breathing, Emily's breathing, the dorm's breathing, slows, sinks, then stops. For the first time since move-in night, the room is truly quiet. I walk to the window. Outside, the parking lot is empty, sodium lights buzzing their tired orange song. A single car door slams far away, an echo that arrives minutes too late. I press my palm to the glass. It's cold, real, 2025 cold. My reflection stares back, 20 years old, eyes ringed with sleepless violet, but undeniably mine. No second face behind the shoulder. No aging backward. Just me, and the faint fog of my breath blooming and fading. Curiosity is a small, harmless thing now. I open the closet. The teal dress is gone. In its place hangs my hoodie, right side out, sleeves no longer reaching. On the top shelf sits the cracked flashlight, lens repaired, batteries fresh. I click it on. The beam is steady, white, unforgiving. I aim it at the top bunk. The mattress is flat, innocent, the pillow bearing only the faint outline of a head that was never there. I climb the ladder anyway, lie down where Emily lay for 30 years. The springs creak once, accepting. The ceiling above is water-stained in the perfect shape of a starting block. I whisper, "Your turn to rest." The stain darkens, spreads, then dries to nothing. The door to 312 opens by itself, not dramatically, just a soft click and a 3-inch gap. Hallway light spills in, golden and ordinary. I hear footsteps, sneakers on tile, hesitant, new. A freshman voice calls, "Hello?" Housing said this room was empty. I sit up. Through the gap I see her, duffel bag over one shoulder, keycard trembling in her hand. She looks exactly like I did 4 nights ago, 5 nights, 50 nights, time is optional now. I swing my legs over the edge, ready to smile the way Emily smiled at me, polite, patient, a little sad. The girl steps inside. The door shuts behind her with the gentle finality of a period. I speak first, voice calm as late-night radio. "Hey, you're my new roommate. Pick a bunk." She chooses the bottom, same as I did. I watch her unpack socks, fold them with the careful precision of someone who still believes order matters. The air smells like fresh paint and lemon disinfectant, exactly as it did on move-in night. When she climbs under the covers, I wait for the exhale, hers soft, human. It comes. I match it from the top bunk, steady, reassuring. The mattress below warms under her weight. I tuck an imaginary blanket around her shoulders the way Emily tucked mine. The PA is dead, but I don't need it anymore. The announcement lives in me now, A quiet loop behind my eyes. Welcome to 312. Credits will be applied at the end of the term. I close my eyes. The dorm sighs, content. Somewhere far below, the pool fills 1 inch at a time, black water rising to meet the next debt. The stairwell forgets its extra landings. The mirror's clear. The yearbook on the desk flips itself to a new blank page, waiting for the next name. I am the nighttime resident now, but the shift is almost over. Dawn is a rumor at the edge of the window, a pale bruise against the black. When the first real light touches the glass, I'll step through it, not as a ghost, not as a graduate, just as a girl who kept the lights on long enough for someone else to leave. The freshman below stirs, murmurs in her sleep. I lean over the edge, whisper the only truth that matters. You'll be okay. Just don't open the yearbook at midnight. The lights brighten 1 notch, the building's way of saying thank you. I lie back. The ceiling stain is gone. In its place, faint pencil marks, thank you, EH. They fade even as I